Hi! Today I'm going to be telling you all about my Disney College Program application process, about how long it took for me to get in, and some tips that I have for you. So I want to start off by saying I'm a little bit different than everyone else because I knew since high school that I wanted to do the Disney College Program. Not many people knew until they got to college. Some people applied randomly. So I had enough time to actually build up my resume to get a more better position, if you want to say that. So with me, I knew since my junior year of high school that I wanted to do the Disney College Program. When it came to deciding colleges, the Disney College Program was a factor in my decision. Some schools, not too many people got selected for it, not too many people did it, but I chose a liberal arts school that has a huge theater and dance program. And even though it's not my major, a lot of people apply for the Disney College Program and they get in more than others. That's just from my experience and from what people have told me. There's no statistics based on it or anything, but I wanted to take any chance that I had. And also, I started taking summer classes ever since my freshman year, so that way I'm able to take the entire semester off when I'm away at Disney, so that way I could focus strictly on working. I don't have to worry about school or anything like that. So for the actual application process. So with the application, it just asks you the basic information, name, birthday, where you go to school, your major, your GPA, pretty much the same stuff as any regular job application. And then it will also ask you what you're interested in with Disney. There are 4 of them where it makes you rank your interest. It's quick service food and beverage, so like the fast food, not the restaurants. Custodial, lifeguarding, and housekeeping. And then the rest of them is just check boxes. You check if you're interested, just leave it blank if you don't. Keep in mind that this is an internship. This is your first time applying for Disney. This isn't even like applying for a part-time job. So you're probably not going to get the best position. A lot of people go in expecting to be a princess, expecting to be something really big, but it probably isn't going to happen just because of the possibility. And also keep in mind that the acceptance rate for the Disney College Program is about 16 to 20%. So just getting accepted is an honor. So with that being said, just keep an open mind. If there's a position that you truly don't want, then be honest, say that you don't want it. But also keep an open mind with it. I've never been a lifeguard before, never done it, but I put moderate interest because it's something that I want to try. Quick service food and beverage, I put no interest because I have no interest in working with food or fast food or anything of that manner. Even custodial, I put low interest. I didn't put no interest, I put low. There are plenty of other roles. It doesn't mean that you're going to get it. It's just to show that you are willing to work with them and that you are flexible. Because the more flexible that you are, the more likely you're going to get a role. It doesn't mean you're going to get that role, because even though I put moderate interest for lifeguarding, I ended up with attractions, which I didn't even put. I just put the little check next to the checkbox for attractions. The application came out August 15th, I believe, and I applied on August 18th. I got an email about half an hour later asking me to do my web-based interview, which I said that I would do the next day, but I got too excited, so I did it that night. And the web-based interview, the way that it works is, I saw it more like a test, but don't think of it that way, don't worry. It is a little bit intimidating, I'm not going to lie. So the way that it works is you have, it was like 50, 60, maybe even 100 questions. It was quite a few questions, and each question shows up one at a time, so you can only see one question and the answers. And you have 20 seconds to answer each question. So if you go past the 20 seconds, then it immediately goes on to the next question. It was challenging for me just because I like to be super careful and I like to read things and make sure that I understand it. So that was a challenge for me, but I do understand where Disney's coming from, because in the hospitality industry, you will have to make quick decisions, and I feel like that was the point of that test, to just see how quickly you can make a decision. After that, I got an email immediately after telling me that I passed the interview or I got a good score. It doesn't actually tell you what your score is. You'll just know if you made it or not, because they will send you an email immediately after asking you to follow up with a phone interview. And then there's this website that you go on, and there's a link for it in your email, and then all the times are set up, and then you pick. My phone interview was on September 1st, either at 9 or 10 in the morning. It was pretty early. I purposely made myself do it in the morning because I know my brain works better in the morning. So they tell you to leave an hour window, even though the interview's only 30 minutes, because they could call you either 15 minutes before, they could call you at the time, or they could call you 15 minutes after. I think they may have called me like a minute or two later, but it was really nerve-wracking waiting for that phone call. That was a really difficult part too, because I was really afraid that I'd miss it, even though I was sitting there staring at my phone. They do call you from a blocked number. It'll say blocked caller or private caller, so just be aware of that. I don't remember the lady's name who interviewed me. I'm really bad with names, but she was amazing. I loved her. She was so sweet. She made me feel comfortable. She laughed at my jokes, even though I'm not really funny, so I don't know, she just did it to make me feel good, but I certainly felt good being laughed at. I will be honest, she asked me a lot of questions that threw me off guard because I felt extremely prepared for the phone interview. That wall that you see behind me with the canvases, yeah, it was completely filled. Actually, I have my papers. All of these were on my wall, and I have like highlighted, color coding. I was prepared for this. And I even looked up questions on Pinterest, YouTube, just to get an idea for what they would be asking, and I still was so caught off guard, which that is totally fine because I know Disney just wants to make sure that they pick the right people. They want to make sure everyone's the right fit. I'm not complaining about it. I just want to let you all know that you may be caught off guard. They wanted me to name 3 of the venues, I think they're called, in the World Showcase. I said Norway, Canada, and France. There's 11 of them. You can name whichever ones. And then she wanted me to describe what Illuminations was like. That I also felt caught off guard because if you've never been to Disney, that could be a bit difficult. And I've been to Disney a lot, and I still didn't know too much about Illuminations, and I was completely honest. I said I'm aware that it is a show on the lake in Epcot, but I'm not completely sure what it all obtains. I know that they have really cool fireworks and things like that, but I'm not 100% sure what the entire show is about. Because you want to be honest, you don't want to look stupid, so if you don't know an answer, it's totally okay to say, I don't know. She seems fine with my answer, and I felt really good. But then the phone call dropped. Even though I've never had a phone call drop in my room before, I have very good service here. So I don't know if it was on their part or I just got really unlucky, but she called me back immediately, and I thought that was it. I thought I blew my chance, but she made it seem like it wasn't a big deal. She made me feel comfortable. After me freaking out, she made it seem like it was no big deal. So the interview went really well other than that little issue. And during the phone interview, they also will ask you about your preferences that you put on the application. Like, she told me how she saw that I put low interest for custodial. I was honest. I said, with my experience in the hospitality industry, I've been working in guest services for 4 years. I personally think that I am more qualified than to be doing custodial, and I also want to work on people-to-people interactions. And she told me that custodial actually does involve a lot of people-to-people interactions. Yes, I would be cleaning trash, but there's a lot of magic that happens in custodial. I told her, I said, okay, I'm still not very interested, but I'm a little bit more interested. And I said housekeeping, there's no interaction, absolutely no interest. Same with food and beverage. And I was just completely honest, and that's what matters. Just be as honest as possible. And she asked me a lot about children's activities, which is one of the just checkbox ones. I think the reason why she asked me about that was because I had 2 years of experience in entertainment and children's activities. And then she also asked me what my top 4 roles were. I said how I wanted to do, I can't even remember. I know attractions was at the top. Children's activities, I also was interested in doing that. Character attendant was another, and then guest services. They offer very few positions, just so you know, with the Disney resorts. It's mostly the parks that you'll be working in, because since guest services is my career goal, I was trying to get somewhere as close to guest services as possible, and they don't really do that too much anymore. That's either going to be with a professional internship or just a plain part-time, full-time job with them, so just be aware of that. And so after the phone interview, she thanked me, and she told me that I'd probably find out in the middle of October. The latest I'd find out was the end of November. So I was like, okay, playing the waiting game. And a lot of people found out a couple days after their phone interview. There's what they call waves. It's when a whole bunch of people find out. There'd be wave after wave and I still wouldn't hear back. And I would check my email constantly. I'd go on my portal, check it constantly, see if I heard back from Disney, and I still wouldn't get anything. So the morning of September 29th, I checked my portal, still in progress, because there was another wave. Nothing. And so I was like, okay, today's not the day. I'm going to go work on a paper, gonna get my mind off things. I'll find out soon enough. I'm still in progress, I'm still being considered. And so I went to pull up a file from my email on my paper, and I got an email from Disney. And of course, I started screaming. I didn't know if I was going to get in or not. I just knew that a decision was made. I wouldn't have to stress anymore. I'd finally find out. So I opened up the email, and there was the big banner that said congratulations, and the purple banner and the pixie dust and sparkles and all that cute stuff. And I immediately started screaming. My roommate came in. And so if you get your acceptance letter, there's another link that you go on. And when you go on that link, it'll actually be a document. The document will tell you exactly what position you got offered. It'll tell you what your pay rate is. It won't tell you where exactly you're going to be working. You will find that out when you actually get to Disney. After that, you have 7 days to accept or decline the offer. So it's kind of a quick decision process. And then after that, you have to pay a $350 fee just to cover housing costs, things like that, just for the first couple weeks. And then you pick the dates, your arrival and departure date. So that's the whole process. There's a few days left to apply if you're interested in applying. I really think that it's an amazing opportunity, and I just want to say to everyone who applied, good luck. If you got in, congratulations. If you're not sure about applying, please apply. It's so amazing knowing that I'll be going there. And I'm just so excited, and I can't wait to share my love for the hospitality industry and my love for Disney with everyone. And it's different. It's the opportunity of a lifetime. Thank you all for watching. If you have any questions, just let me know. Have a magical day.